This is your reading, Taurus, for mid to late April. Welcome back. Hope everyone's well today. This is Sabby. Hi. I wanted to just extend a congratulations, happy birthday to anyone who has a Taurus, Sun, Moon, Venus, or Rising today, or coming up, because today officially is the new season for Taurus. We are on the Sun and Mercury entering Taurus, leaving Aries. There's a lot of people, especially with oppositions, just a little tidbit about astrology in general. We'll see squares, oppositions, and conjunctions that will indicate a stronger reaction versus sextiles or quintiles, or the lesser known degrees, which have a lower impact on the way the signs interact and where the transit hits your planets. So enough about that. If you're interested in the tarot reading first, please follow the timestamp in the description below. And you can look at the tarot reading first, or if you'd like to look at some oracle messages, these are channeled messages from your person, or from the ex, or from the person you're thinking about right now, or any type of platonic, family, friend, job issue. Feel free to do so with me right now. If you'd like to skip ahead just to the general spread reading, and that will be towards the middle and to the end of this video. So I've laid out the cards that we've pre-shuffled and just shuffled now, and I'm going to read them off one by one here. I know who you are to me. I recognize and acknowledge the connection. I just can't do this right now. I still sometimes dream of you, or I sometimes still dream of you. So these are usually past messages for exes or people you've dealt with in the past that have certain regrets or secret messages. But it also could apply to people that you're dealing with right now or will in the future. I wish we both would have had the courage to go deeper. So I'm sensing that, Taurus, this is another connection where this may have been a unrequited or one-sided relationship where one person had more desire to pursue the other, while the other was either oblivious to the connection, or they just didn't return the same level of intensity. Either it was a friendship that stayed in the friend zone, or some sort of an issue where there was other people involved and you had to choose between one or the other person. I didn't think I could be what you needed or wanted me to be. And there's a sense of insecurity, obviously, with a person who was unrequited. And I believe that you probably were pretty stuck in your ways, Taurus, as most bulls are, in dealing with a situation. So you weren't easily swayed by anyone's affections for you. You saw things clearly in accordance to your expectations and desires. It says, I wasn't expecting this connection when it showed up, even though I knew what it was right away. I wasn't ready. Knowing hasn't made it easier. I must trust in divine timing. So another thing about the divine timing is there's quite a lot of issues where people are just missing each other's boats in a way where there's missed opportunities. Again, with the transits been aligned to your sign, Taurus, there's a lot of things where the Sun and the Venus here could be very instrumental in helping you decide whether or not you're ready to have another relationship, or to accept the person that you're with, or maybe accept the one that was coming back from a past relationship. So there's lots of current, past, and future issues that are surrounding this connection at this time. And so if we want to keep looking, let's do a twin flame mirror dialogue now. Those two were the mirroring dialogues for divine feminine and divine masculine. So now we're looking just at secret messages from your person. It could be for singles and those who are still in kind of in the queue of relationships, or in the waiting process right now. And I'll have these linked below if anyone's interested in the decks that I'm using. Hope everyone's enjoying their day and this unintentional ASMR shuffling. I think a lot of us readers are just incredibly lucky to have any type of audience right now. So Thank you so much. There's so much competition out here, but I just love doing this for everyone. So even if very few of you see this, it was intended for you, and I just hope that this helps you in some way to brighten your outlook on everything and make you feel a sense of confirmation of where your life is going at this time. All right, so let's see. The first card is, I'm afraid if we get too close, you will abandon me. So yes, again, these are echoes of the person who has a deeper insecurity that either you or the person you're dealing with, Taurus, has felt in a past relationship or just currently. So this goes for either party, vice versa. I mean, there's people who are alternating in more confidence in some relationships, while others have a dip in the confidence or self-esteem issues. Depending on your transits, obviously. With now, you're probably flying pretty high with everything that's going well for you, Taurus. And I'm feeling most Taurians are doing pretty well. I can't offer you anything more right now. And if you're not doing that great right now, everything is certainly going to pick up in 2021. It's a lot of good transits, especially Jupiter hitting a lot of the air sign elements. So if you have air in your chart, or similarly some fire signs, they'll definitely be affected in a good way, in a positive way, a more expanding way, where Jupiter is very generous towards a lot of different signs in this planetary influence right now. So I can't offer you anything more right now. It really seems to resonate with some of you if you are just in a one-sided, unrequited relationship, or somewhere where you're feeling stagnant and a lot of pushback. There's also a lot of push and pull with Taurus relationships. There seems to be a lot of stubbornness and people holding on to grudges or different types of insecurities. For Taurians especially, I think it goes back to childhood, or it stems from a childhood hurt or some sort of treatment you received from family or friends in your earlier formative years that has affected you in this way, where things just seem like it might be a blaming game for some of you. I'm not saying that is still true, but if you haven't let something go, this is definitely the transit to do so, because right now a lot of energies are coming your way in a conjunctive manner. So in conjunctions, they're harmonious. There's a very harmonious type of positive reconciliation in all of the planets hitting your Sun, Moon, Venus, and Rising. Even in North and South nodes, especially if you have a South node in Taurus, it'll definitely feel a past, or Chiron even. With Chiron, it is a wounding issue, so there's a lot of wounds that you need to heal at this time. That will all be taken care of. Trust in divine timing again. And then one more. I do love you. I just don't know how to show you right now. So with current partners and current relationships, there could be, even with family members, a schism or some sort of a estranged relationship where you haven't spoken to this person for a while. It could be a past ex, or just someone who is kind of waiting in the wings, or just not sure how to come towards you again. So that could be something that you're dealing with at this time as well. And then let's move on to some romance angel cards, and then we'll start the reading with the spread today. Again, with some ASMR shuffling here. I do love these cards. They're not as thick as the some of these decks that I've acquired recently, so they don't hurt my fingers as much when I try and shuffle. I have to admit, I also love the sound of a shuffle, a good shuffle. It's very calming sometimes. All right, so let's get these out of the way here. Your first card of the day is romantic feelings. Your feelings are real and worth exploring. So Taurus, you have a very good radar for just having sensuous comforts around you and being a creature of comfort yourself. You're highly loyal to the people you're with, and like Scorpions, and with the full moon approaching Scorpio soon, you'll definitely have an opposition, but it's a good one, because it's actually an intense, passionately driven opposition where it'll affect you in a positive way and kind of heat up the emotions that you feel, whether it's more of a love-hate relationship, or just in general, if you're in a happier relationship period or cycle in your life, this will also intensify the emotions. So I think this is just saying that this is a great time to be more affectionate and show others that you care about them. It is safe for you to love. Open your heart to give and receive the highest energy of all. So in Taurus's world, there's a lot of issues with insecurity that I'm still seeing for some of you. So is it a hesitancy to get closer to someone, perhaps because of a past hurt or some sort of a misunderstanding? There's certainly, I'm seeing someone who, again, has regrets in these divine masculine and feminine messages. So this can apply to your person or your future person here. New love, a new person has stirred your romantic feelings. So yeah, just nailed it here with the other person coming towards you, Taurus. You might have more than one interest or one person to choose from at this time, whether it be friendships, socializing, or just generally personal, more deeper, intimate connections in romantic partners. You have a flurry of people coming your way. Okay, and then one more. Express your love. Go ahead and make the romantic gesture. Again, it is safe for you and also expressing your love right now. And with new love and romantic feelings, also just very positive energy hitting the mark here. And I think with the Aries seasons, Aries planetary influences just passing, this has energized and re-energized your motivations and getting closer to people right now, Taurus. So bottom of the deck was flirt. Extend your lighthearted energy to others. So even if you're not in a relationship at this time, Taurus, you feel very bright and energetic and just ready to take on anything that comes your way. So you might be more lighthearted than you usually are. You don't feel as, you're very steady and earthbound, but in this way, if you, depending on the signs in your chart, you'll feel a light bounce in your step. So it'll be more of a flirtatious and whimsical vibe to a lot of the things you're doing. It just seems that everything clicks and comes a little bit easier to you at this time, whether it be money, job, promotions, possibly changing career that you're more passionate about. This could also be any one of those issues. Okay, so we're going to get to the reading, and let me clear this space out and we'll be right back. Okay, so this is the tarot portion of the reading, and if you have just seen the oracle and channeled messages portion, you are in the second part of this video. And if you'd like to go back to the channeled messages, it is in the beginning of the video, right after the intro. Okay, so let's begin. The central matter of your issue between you and your person, Taurus, is the Page of Cups in reverse. So I'm sensing there is a younger person in this relationship, whether you or your partner, and there is an emotional immaturity, perhaps some sort of blockage regarding that issue. So the theme here is immaturity. Someone's dealing or trying to suffer through a more immature decision or an action that has taken place between both of you, or either one of you or both of you. What you're currently thinking right now, again, this can resonate on either side, but for the most part, I'm going to address the first side on the left as Taurus. So the Magician in upright, amazing major arcana. So right off the bat, a period of transformation in a very spiritual and or personal level. So it seems like you've practically planned out most of your goals at this time, and I'm seeing someone write down in a journal, or maybe doing a mood board or some sort of visualization exercise where you're attracting the things that you want into your life. That is the role of the Magician. You also could be dealing with some sort of air sign, or you yourself could be an air sign. Aquarius, Libra, and Gemini. So your person, what they're currently feeling right now is the Sun reverse. Another major arcana. Interesting that I did also pull out the Sun card here today. It says self-express and embody truth. So this may already deal with the person that you're with. It could also reflect on your own current state of mind. Again, this is what you think mainly, but it could be how you feel about the relationship between the both of you, or between the person or the party in respect to your sign. So the sun in reverse actually is not a bad thing, but it does indicate that there's some sort of disappointment or a certain negativity attributed to a sense of naivete. So there's a lot of childishness, and again, with a Page of Cups being your central issue, I see someone who's being aggressive because they didn't get what they want. And there's an immaturity with someone who looks like they didn't get the nice part of the deal, or they got the crappy side, a shit end of the stick, basically, in the situation. Could be you, could be your partner, could be someone that you're dealing with upcoming, where they're just kind of sulking, and now they're in an immature kind of state of mind where they're not considering kind of the big picture. They're kind of stuck on details or very small wins that they have incurred, but they're stuck on what they don't have. So looking at the glass half empty in that sense. It's very interesting to see, because it seems like you're manifesting a lot of things in this relationship, and the other person is also in a major arcana state of mind, which is equally as powerful, but there's a test of wills here. So there's kind of a tug of war between both very willful and stubborn people. You could be dealing with a fixed sign as well. I'm seeing possibly Leo with the sun represented. Could be a Scorpio or another Taurus, perhaps. Possibly an Aquarius as well, or you have Aquarius in your chart. And then what you're currently feeling is the moon in upright. Very appropriate and very healthy here. Good for you, Taurus. Good on you. This actually means that you're right where you're supposed to be emotionally. And it does seem like the Page of Cups is now firmly dealing with the person that you're dealing with. Firmly placed on the other side of the court here. I think the ball's in your court because you're quite mature in your feelings and actions, and they've perfectly aligned with the moon and your current feelings. You could have Cancer. The other person might have some sort of Cancerian energies as well that may have attracted both of you to each other. Perhaps in an overall theme in the current relationship is emotional issues. Could be a sense of childhood issues coming back to haunt someone. With our channeled messages, we had seen that there was some insecurity going on with you or your person, and they were all very kind of tonally regretful sounds where, you know, I just don't know how to show it to you right now. I don't know how to show affection. I can't offer you anything right now. There's a hesitancy or some sort of a deeper insecurity stemming from their childhood. And it could be the sense of the moon is also a type of illusion. But with the Magician and the moon here, I don't see you too much of, because you're in a Venusian type of energy as well. Where you're very conjunct. The moon could be in Pisces, but also with Venus and the Magician here represented, you being also represented by Venus. You're quite in a giving type of mood. Very generous with your affection with the moon here. You could also have a moon sign in your Venus, where you might have Cancer in your Venus. For some of you, it may resonate. Your partner or person in question has major planets in conjunct your Venus. For example, if you have Venus in Cancer and your partner has Mercury or, you know, moon in Cancer, that certainly makes this a very appropriate sign, where the reading says that the moon is where it's exactly supposed to be and fated at this time. So great energy from the side of the reading. There's no real bad energy right now. There just seems like there's a test of will. With the person that you're dealing with, their current feelings are, it looks like it's going to be the Page of Swords upright. So with it in upright, there is a sense of, there is some sort of beginning this person has embarked on. And I'm seeing for this person, they've tapped into some sort of a mental project. So it could be in their job, and in relation to the relationship, there might be a new opportunity for them coming up. Creative, innovative period in their life, where with the sun combined here and the Page of Swords upright, they may be coming out of some sort of a rut because of it being in reverse, but also in a very open, expressive way. So it's a new energy and new cycle that they're dealing with. And I'm seeing it more with their, in regards to their job or their livelihood. Libra, Aquarius, or Gemini involved. And for some of you, it may be that your person is also dealing with a decision to choose between two jobs right now. And I see it as a very good communicative way. Perhaps they're dealing with more communications in their role in their careers right now. So that's good energy there. In regards to the relationship, I think there's, again, there's a lot of sulking and expressing how they didn't get their way, or there's battle, a small test of wills here. And they're also not seeing the big picture in the long terms. But, you know, with a court card, it isn't based on small things. We'll see in the end. But it looks like there's more of a concentration of mental clarity on this person's side. And then there's a more of a focus on emotional codependency on this side. So this person might be leaning more towards your side or vice versa for more emotional support. But this can make them feel more lazy in getting, you know, their emotions right. And they could be a little bit more nagging in that way, in that sense. So in the final row, we're going to explore what your solution is to the problem and or what you're looking forward to in the near future with this person that you're dealing with. So Taurus, your last card is Ace of Cups in the upright. And that's an amazing start for you. Look at this beautiful card here. The details on this card, the illustrations on the Elemental Power Tarot deck are quite visibly appealing, especially with the major arcana cards. You'll notice there's a lot of drawn out detail and it's very pretty to look at. And there's also a recurring theme in the colors. It's just very pleasing to look at. And I like this deck for my my earth signs, Virgo, Taurus, and Capricorn. So with your Ace of Cups in the upright, Taurus, this person, and I feel like this is mainly you, there's a great new beginning in a new romantic cycle here. If you haven't found anyone, this is actually someone coming towards you. There might be some sort of offer. You or the person will make an offer. Perhaps a proposal for some of you. A proposal or marriage. Or just, you know, another step in your relationship, taking it to another level of intimacy, perhaps. And also with the Moon and the Magician upright, and now with the Ace of Cups, this is a very interesting spread for you because I believe that may not resonate for all of you. Some of you may be very fertile right now, and there might be children involved in the situation. If you don't plan on having children, this also could be a creative endeavor that has kind of hit you in like a ton of bricks, like you're very passionate about it. And it could be this relationship. And I'm seeing someone who's very nurturing and motherly towards the other. It could be a romantic relationship where one partner feels very mothered by the other, which would explain the reverse Page of Cups that we saw earlier as a central issue, because this person is a bit sulky but very ingeniously young at heart. But it could be because of this Moon influence that they tend to want to get their way with you. So because pages in general are very young, youthful court cards. So with it being in reverse in cups, but in upright with the swords, this person may be a very fun, loving person for you and give you a little pep in your step, Taurus. Someone who's very flirtatious, and we've seen in the Romance Angel cards that someone was a big flirt. There's a possible new love situation. You see right here, there's flirt. And is it safe to love? Yes, it's safe to love. And there's new love and express your love and romantic feelings. So, wow, it somehow cut off the last part of my spiel about immature issues and dealing with players and F-boys. So, I guess we will talk about that later at a later time, Taurus. Thank you for watching this video, and please like and subscribe. I don't know why it cuts out, but sometimes my phone just decides, you know, you're done for the day. You don't need to talk about Taurus anymore. And perhaps there's no storage left. So we'll see you next time. Thanks for watching.